Hi Spud fans, today we are pretending to be a TV chef. We're going to be cooking something out of the Spudtacular cookbook. We're going to be cooking the steak spud. This is the one that I cooked on Saturday morning kitchen. Matt, we are making a steak, mushrooms, onions and a béarnaise sauce jacket potato for you today. Let's see if we can get it right today because it all went wrong on Saturday morning kitchen.
Look at him, he's split the beurre blanc, he's looking at me. I noticed we went quiet. We're in trouble.
It's a really good recipe, but I've split it.
First thing we need to do is make a clarified butter to go in the béarnaise. So let's turn the induction hob on just over here, nice and low. Let's chuck a whole block of our butter in there. Clarifying butter basically means we're going to get rid of all the milk solids and we're just going to get left with like clear butter. Next thing we need to do is chop our mushrooms while that's melting down and chop our shallots. Hi camera up there. Are we loving the both of the views? Excuse my knife skills, YouTube. Don't normally do a lot of chopping actually on camera. Maybe we don't. We are actually open as well at the moment, so you might be able to see Dan and Shelley in the background serving spuds frantically while I try and make YouTube videos, which I'm sure they really appreciate me taking up half the trailer just to make videos for you guys, but it's all good. Leave a little heart in the comments section for Dan and Shelley working hard while SpudMan dick out. In half, and then really nice, finely chopped shallots. There's one. So if you haven't already picked up a copy of SpudMan's Spudtacular cookbook, yeah, link below. Cheers, cameraman. So you might be able to see on that camera the butter over there slowly melting and separating. One of the things that majorly went wrong when we did this on telly, on live telly for Saturday Morning Kitchen, Matt, the host of Saturday Morning Kitchen, managed to split the béarnaise. And the crazy thing is, I learned to make béarnaise from his recipe. So shallots are over there. They're gonna go in the pan once, So the order we're going to do it in, melt off the butter. We're using one pan for this because we've only got one pan in the trailer that's suitable for this. Béarnaise first, then we'll sear off the steak. And once the steak is resting, onions and mushrooms in the pan. We'll rest the steak for about 8 minutes and then we'll cook all that off and then assemble it all. And then it should all go together about right then, timings wise. Pretty easy, one pan. Obviously we're cooking the jacket potatoes in the oven behind us. So that's kind of cheating, but not. Right, next thing we need to do. How's this butter looking? There we go, book. So for a béarnaise, what is a béarnaise? A béarnaise is like a mayonnaise, but instead of using oil, we use clarified butter, providing it doesn't split. Providing it doesn't split.
We're in trouble.
So you got to slowly add the clarified butter or else it cooks the egg yolks and then you just end up with buttery scrambled egg. And we don't want that because that would be bad. Right, one egg yolk. I'm going to put 3 egg yolks in that because the first one was really small. What do I do with the rest of my eggs? All right, there we go. Right. My butter, as you can see, is melted. Right, this is probably the most complicated part of the whole thing, this is. Right, we're gonna chop some tarragon. Tarragon in there. So, we're gonna spoon off the top of this, and then we'll be left with the clarified butter. Right then, this is where it all goes wrong. So we've got a bit of egg yolk with the tarragon, and we're gonna frantically mix in our butter and a bit at a time. Don't add it all at once or else it will scramble your egg, and don't stop mixing it. It's looking good. Getting our mate now. You lot want to see what I'm doing up the corner? SpudMan's trying to cook, yeah. The little cooking channel going on up the corner here while we're trying to work. So yeah, we've actually got the live stream on at the same time as well. So if anything goes wrong, there ain't nowhere to hide. Get in there. Don't split it at the last minute. Right, let's try this and see what it tastes like. Béarnaise, what are we tasting? Needs a little bit of seasoning in there. That's a little bit of butter. Let's get it in there. Put a bit of pepper in there. I'm not going to put any salt in because it's salted butter already. So, right. That's your Béarnaise. That can go to one side now. Next job, steak. Let's get this pan up as hot as it goes. So you want a ripping hot pan to get a really good sear on this steak. Steak needs to be out of the fridge and room temperature, and it needs to be as dry as you can possibly get it. You want to get a nice crust on that steak. You don't want any moisture on it. Season your steak. Salt and pepper. Right, that pan is ripping hot. You lot already up there? Ready to go in. Shoes in. Right, let's season the other side of the steak as well. Right, we're ready for a flip. Oh yes. How do we like our steak, Spud fans? Now we've got a good crust on the steak, we want to baste it a little bit. Nice big knob of butter in there. Good old sprig of rosemary in there. And a bit of garlic. Look at that crust. That looks amazing. One more minute in it like that. Then we're going to get the mushrooms in there and we're going to get the shallots in there. Take the steak off, let it rest, get the mushrooms and shallots in there, and then we'll start constructing our spud. The mushrooms and the shallots get to go in there with all the beef juices, the steak juices, and it all like, oh, my mouth's watering already. She's ready to come off and rest. Look at that. Don't cover your steak up while she's resting because you'll lose that crust that you've worked so hard to make. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that steak. She's beautiful. Mushrooms and shallots in next. Let's get your shallots in. Let's turn it up a little bit again. Again, you've got that butter in there and you've got that garlic in there and your mushrooms are going in as well. Cheers, man. We're literally making a video out of one of the recipes right now. That's what we're doing, the steak one right now. Thank you, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Enjoy the book. Cheers, man. Thank you. It's like literally people buying the book as we're making recipes from the book. How cool is that? Yeah, I'm a tosser. Look at that. Bloody gorgeous. Right, steak is about rested. We're going to present it on this nice board. Let's find the perfect potato. Mushrooms and onions are done. Steak is rested. Let's construct. Perfect jacket potato. Right there in the middle. Let's slice her open. Right, look at that. Look at that. That is almost as beautiful as the steak itself. That is absolutely magnificent. I'm going to leave a lot of butter on it because the Béarnaise is pretty buttery itself. Got to have a little bit of salt on the jacket potato itself. Moment of truth. Let's slice this steak up and see what it comes out like. Right, are we nervous? Because I'm slightly nervous. Go. She feels tender. Nervous. Right, let's have a look. Look at that. I would say that was more medium than it was medium rare, but forgive me, Spud fans. Steak is cut, let's construct this. Let's get a nice big mushrooms and onions over the top of that. Let's get the best bit of this steak. The top there, just like that. Oh. And the béarnaise now. Oh, what do we reckon? Greenery for garnish on the side. There we go. Look at that absolute beauty. Anyone who says my Spudtacular cookbook is just putting cheese and beans on a baked potato, have a look at that. Is that not beautiful? We're gonna go off, we're gonna take some pictures of this and then we're gonna share it with the crew because I can see Dan's dribbling in the background right now. Should we go take this outside and eat it? Let's do it. Right then, let's go straight in on a middle bit with the béarnaise all over it. Look at that. Oh. And a mushroom, onions, mushroom, potato, béarnaise sauce, and gorgeous steak. It's a winner in my book. That's probably one of the favourite ones. It's the most richest, delicious. Couldn't eat it every day because it's so like rich, but oh my God. Cameraman, do you want to try some?
That's so nice though.
Look at that. That is like the perfect potato. Do you reckon we could put that on the menu? How much would that be? The steak alone was 12 quid. That'd be like a £20 jacket potato if that was on the menu, but so worth it. All the juices from the steak kind of like drip down into the potato. Crispy skin on the potato.
Try and get every little thing on one bite.
Right, let's try and get everything on one bite. So, steak, potato, onion, mushrooms. Get on there, get on there. Look at that. Fully loaded. As an entire bite, that just works perfectly. The béarnaise with the tarragon, the mushrooms, the shallots, buttery, salty potato, and just really good quality, amazing steak. Hell yeah. Oh.
Rating out of 10 for every one we do.
Oh my days. See, we've started at the top because that's one of my favourite ones. So that's 9.8 for me, that is. That is like almost perfect. I don't know how you'd make it perfect, but it is almost perfect. If you enjoyed the cooking video, drop us a little comment in the comment section and we might work our way through the entire Spudtacular cookbook and make videos on all of the recipes. Let me know what you think. SpudMan out. Don't forget to drop us a subscribe and have a Spudtacular day.